The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside linebackers coach Aaron Hutsell, and we continue our position previews today with yet another defensive group that has quite a bit back, but also looking to build a little depth in 2018. The only position on the defense that actually loses a starter in Saheem Stupart, one of the all-time leaders in tackles at Carson-Newman. How do you fill his shoes?
Well, I think you fill it with a role of people. You've got Morris Coates, who is a very good football player. You fill it in, with some other guys, adding a guy, Zach Fuller, who's a freshman at Will Backer. Antonio's been very steady. He's at our Sam. Zach Hockey, Darius Brown, Jimmie Mehra, who's a freshman as well. There's a guy, Alonzo Houston, that's doing a great job. So I think you got to kind of fill that, role with a group of guys right now, because Saheem was a heck of a player, but he was also a four-year starter, and that's tough to replace.
Antonio Henderson has the best stats of anybody returning, first-team all-conference. What's he done to continue to elevate himself as he heads into his junior season?
Well, he hit the weight room hard. Had a great spring, great condition this summer. One of probably the knocks on him last year, he played a lot of reps. Don't know he was in great condition last year, but I think he's gotten himself in a lot better condition. He's ready to play a lot of reps, special teams, and on defense, and we need him. We need him to step up. He's a guy that had a lot of production, and we need that again this year.
Morris Coates, another guy that you'll likely turn to. Greenwood, South Carolina, his final go-around in an orange and blue jersey. What's he need to do to have a successful senior season?
He's just got to keep doing what he's doing. He's a tremendous leader. He's a great studier, prepares well, comes to practice hard every day, fundamentally very sound. It's just going to come down to Timo making plays, and I think he's going to have a great senior year. I'm excited.
Media Today depth chart comes out, and you mentioned the name Zach Fuller, a freshman at Will linebacker.
Yeah.
What has he done to insert himself into that fray as a first-year player?
He's picked things up very quickly as a freshman. You think about, we've got a pretty complex defense, and he's picked it up, fairly effortlessly. There's some things here and there, but he's a great preparer. He's a very explosive player. Smart, plays well with his hands, good tackler. He's just done a great job stepping in, and you don't see that from a lot of freshmen. So he's not a normal guy.
Rondro Peebles, Zach Hockey, Darius Brown, guys that have been in the program. What roles do they assume as they get a year older?
Rondro's had a great fall camp so far. He had a really good spring, and we just kind of had some questions about the position move from safety to Sam last year. Had to play Antonio a lot, but he really came on this spring. This fall, he's done a great job, and Rondro's going to have a great fall on special teams at Sam. He'll fit in the mix. We've even worked him in at some Will. He's going to have to be that kind of utility guy for us, but he's a playmaker, and so we're excited about it. Zach Hockey has been very steady, worked on his athletic ability, his agility, change of direction. Hard in the weight room. He's a guy who's a dependable guy, and I'm excited to see what his role is for us this fall.
Zach Hockey, Darius Brown, two guys that for the past couple of years have been those leaders on the team in special teams tackles. And for the last 6 years, it feels like those guys tend to elevate themselves.
Yeah, and I think over time you do. The more reps you get, definitely the better you get. Darius was a transfer, so last year was really his first year, so he's kind of in the mix with a lot of the freshman guys. He got on special teams, had some special teams reps. He's getting more reps at Mike in the fall. I think, he'll have a great fall. I'm excited to see what he can do. When it comes down to it, those guys got to make plays, and I'm excited to see him make plays this fall.
Another guy you alluded to, Jimmie Mehra. What skill set does he bring to the table?
Jimmie is, Jimmie's 6'2". He's probably 225, 230. He came in this summer, probably 209. He's added a lot of weight. But Jimmie can run. He's a raw player right now, but he's very long. He's got a really good frame. He'll be a very, very good player. Things are moving really fast for him right now, and I'm just excited to see his future as he continues to get more reps every day. Every day is a growth process for him, and so I'm excited to see that, because he certainly has the intangible part of it and the tangibles.
Any other guys that a Carson-Newman fan might not be aware of that you could turn to for either depth or to make an impact this year?
Well, I think a guy, Alonzo Houston, I really like a lot. He's a guy who's a freshman from Palmetto, Florida. We've got a bunch of those guys on the team from that Bradenton, area. It's been great for us. And he's another kid, he's a little bit short in stature, but he's very explosive. He's got heavy hands. He runs well. He's physical. I think he's a kid who's definitely going to make an impact on special teams, and he very well may crack the lineup. We're only 10 practices in right now, so there's a long way to go, and I think you'll probably see him for a time to come.
Aaron, thanks for the time and good luck this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Carson-Newman linebackers coach Aaron Hutsell. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.